one of my favorite Weird Wednesday guests for special effects. The one and only Mr. Tyler Green. And this is super cool because I got one of these monster boxes. I tell you what, let's look in this later. For now, check out Tyler Green and listen to him talk about how much he loves special effects makeup. I am going to bring on a friend of mine because people who know me know that I'm obsessed with dogs and I love storytelling and I adopt any kind of dog. And a while back, I adopted a Weredoodle and it bit me. And I wrote a show called Moonlight Madness. And in that show, I had this dream that I would start the show as a person, and as I got bit by the Weredoodle, and as the show went on, I little by little I started acting like a dog, but then I really wanted to take it to the next level, and then till the end of the show, I became a Weredoodle. Now, my next guest, this is awesome. This is a mask. This was made specially for me. In fact, I went to visit one of my heroes. I watched Face Off, and Tyler Green was one of my favorite contestants, and he was on All Stars. I liked him because he was creative, he was positive, he loved challenges, and we got to be friends through a Comic-Con because we're weird. And I told him about my dream, and I told him that I wanted to look like a Weredoodle and I wanted to go all the way. And he says, absolutely, I'm gonna help you with your dream. And so I went, there's me, there's Tyler in the background, and he's putting this gross, disgusting stuff on my face. And then until I was completely covered. And then on top of that, he put this on. He drew faces on me. I was there. And then the result was what happened in our show, the final pictures from our show, which was magical. They're really cool pictures from when we transformed into a Weredoodle. So I did the whole thing, and Lolly transformed. She was able to speak Weredoodle. There we go. So let's take it to Tyler Green, everybody. All right, Tyler, are you there? Oh my gosh!
That scare you?
Oh, you totally scared me. Okay, I'm gonna, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Tell us about your world. Oh my gosh.
Well, like the masks that I make, I'm a special makeup effects artist. So like you saw, I can turn people into monsters. And I have been a monster creator as long as I can remember, probably younger than some of you guys. I've always been fascinated by some of the old Hollywood horror films like The Wolf Man, of course, and Dracula and Frankenstein. And as a kid, I would watch all those movies, probably too young even, but I always was fascinated by how they transform these people into these monsters. And from there, I wanted to kind of learn how they did this. And I mean, this is before YouTube and, before all that. So I had to read magazines, and really I kind of found that, maybe I can just start creating with things around the house. So as long as I can remember, I used to create things out of tape and tinfoil. I don't know. I just thought that would be the best medium to use at probably 5 years old. And I actually have a few of those things right here. So
really, from when you were a kid, a weird little kid? Ah, it's an alien.
This is how weird I was as a kid. So I don't remember making this. My parents gave this to me after I opened my studio. It's like, here, there's something you made. I honestly don't, it's an alien, I think, but it's made out of tape and tinfoil and wire. And isn't that cool? Look at that.
I love it. I love that you made that you just like, this has to get out of my brain. I don't care what I have to use. I got to make it.
So I have always been a very creative kid, and it's kind of translated into my professional career. I've worked for film, television. I was on a very big reality show called Face Off. Yes. And it was such a great experience. And I now own my own studio. I produce my own line of masks and products, which you're going to hear about in a minute. And I really love what I do, and it all kind of started when I was a little kid, and I never stopped making monsters.
And then you shared that with us. When I went to your studio, it's me, Lolly. When I went to your studio, you had a whole bunch of eyeballs, which were crazy. You showed me your eyeball collection. Yes! But one of the things that you also do is you work with people in the medical field, people that like that they need prosthetics. Is that the word? You know,
Yep.
you help
So,
them.
I'll give you an example. So this is fake, don't freak out, but hi, hello. This was a representation of the work that I used to do in the medical field. So I used to make prosthetics for people who either were born without a body part or someone who had an injury, and I would actually help create a prosthetic that they can wear so they can feel more comfortable going out into the world. I also worked at a dental lab where I made teeth. Everybody,
Oh wait,
right?
can I have that so I
Sure.
can put it under my pillow and get candy?
There's a lot of teeth here, so you probably get a lot of candy.
You know it. Hey, well, listen, this Weird Wednesday is just turning out to be so magical. Can you tell us about your big surprise for all us kids?
Oh my
What's
gosh.
behind you?
So, what you guys see behind me is
Yes!
is a new product that I'm launching. It literally it's out now. It's called the Monster Kidz Box. And you guys get to create what I do in the industry. So you guys are gonna have access to the Monster Kidz Box right here.
Yeah.
So it's an all-in-one kit where you get to watch a video tutorial by me, and I show you step by step how to create a character from start to finish. So the two designs that I have out right now are the zombie and the doll. So these are the two designs. This is what they'll look like when they're done.
Oh,
So
cool.
I'm very excited about it.
That's so cool. Well, Leslie told me I'm getting one and stuff but listen, if you could tell, you know, because you were by yourself making those tape things, if you could say anything to all of us who are full of weird and whimsy, what would you say to do?
Well, I would say keep being weird because you never know what you're going to create. I looked around, I saw, paper towels, tinfoil tape, and I created something. So you don't have to have fancy materials and go to the art supply store and get the most expensive thing. You can actually probably find the easiest access to materials right in your own home, and you just have to have a little bit of creativity and imagination, which I know all of you have.
Does anybody have any questions for Tyler?
How to make a mask?
How do you make a mask?
What kind of material do you use?
What kind of material do you use to make a mask?
Well, there's a lot of different materials you can make a mask with. You can do something as simple as paper mache, which is just paper and glue. Or you can do something a little bit more advanced like this, where it's actually like you sculpt, mold, and cast. And this is like a regular latex mask that you would get at like Spirit Halloween or online. So there's a lot of different materials you can use to make masks.
That's amazing. On Face Off, you were just so crafty.
Well, thank you. We had very limited time on that show.
Are those for the skeleton plastic eyes?
Yes. So that is all that comes in the kits. You actually paint the eyes and stick them in there. So this is just an example, but this is what the mask looks like. So, and I make each one. I have a machine in the back that I actually create each one, cut them out, sand everything down, and you guys actually treat the surface and put everything together by hand. And I show you how to do that through the video, but the eyes pop in right here. So it's fun.
Yeah, I love that you're sharing your love for something, and then somebody might discover that's what I'm gonna do. I want to be like Tyler.
And that's what I wanted to do. I looked up to Rick Baker, who's a world-renowned makeup artist, and I kind of followed in his footsteps, and this is where I am today. So it's always good to have an admirer.
little crazy zombie comes out. Wasn't that fun? And, yeah, I can't wait for the next Weird Wednesday. Who knows when that will happen, but I sure hope you'll be there with me. Huh?